Lesson 27, the binomial probability distribution. Example 1. A careful examination of birth records over the past 70 years has revealed that there are 105 boys born for every 100 girls that are born. If a couple plans on having 3 children, what is the probability that they will have exactly 2 boys? Well, this question is asking for a probability. And by examining all the different approaches we can to calculating probabilities, we can see, since the problem is focusing on having so many boys born, that this follows a binomial random process, since the sex of a child at birth can result in only one of 2 possible outcomes, as it's either a boy or a girl. So we can use the binomial probability distribution to calculate this probability. To do so, we need to identify the 3 variables for the binomial probability distribution. N, which is the total number of attempts, P, the probability that it results in a particular outcome each time this is attempted, and X, the value of the random variable for which we're trying to calculate the probability for. Well, since this problem states that the couple plans on having 3 children, the value of N would equal 3. P is the probability it results in a particular outcome. In this problem, we're focusing on having a certain number of boys. So P would be the probability that a boy is born every time a child is born. Now, if the approach was to say that there are 2 possible outcomes, it's either a boy or a girl, and boys are just one out of the 2 possibilities, and then we'd want to use P as 1/2 for the probability of having a boy. This would be the case if we were assuming that a boy and a girl are equally likely outcomes. But here, a careful examination of birth records over the past 70 years has revealed that that is not the case. That is, there are slightly more boys born than girls. Here we find that there are 105 boys born for every 100 girls that are born. So these are not equally likely outcomes. So the value of P here, which represents the probability of a boy being born anytime a child is born, can be calculated by taking the number of boys born, which was 105, and divided by the total number of children that are born. In this result, it's the 105 boys plus the 100 girls. So P, based on this result, would be the 105 boys divided by the 205 total children. So P would be 105 chances out of 205 of having a boy. Now the value for X. X, the random variable, is based on the question that we're trying to answer. And here we're trying to find the probability that they will have exactly 2 boys. So we will use X equals 2. So now, on the TI-84 calculator, we could use the binom command to do this. Since we're looking at exactly 2 boys, and we're just looking at the X equals 2, we could use the binom PDF command. And then the 3 values of the variable we enter are the N, the P, and the X. In this case, the probability that this couple will have exactly 2 boys can be found by executing the binom PDF command using the N equals 3, the P equals 105 divided by 205, and an X of 2. The binom PDF command is found on the calculator by going second, DISTR, to find the probability distributions, arrow down till we find the one we need, in this case the binom PDF. And with the cursor on binom PDF, we press enter to select. And then we enter in the 3, comma, the 105 divided by 205, comma, 2. Close parenthesis, enter, gives us our result. And here the probability rounds off to about 0.384. So there's our result. So now we can give the answer back in words of the problem. Assuming that the probability of a boy being born is 105 out of 205, which is 51.2%, if a couple plans on having 3 children, the probability that they will have exactly 2 boys is 38.4%.